team. The academy is very, very strong, but Spartak Moscow has some excellent attacking players.
OK, Chris Megan will make his way up to the commentary booth now, where he'll join match commentator Mark Tompkins.
Well, plenty of changes for both teams tonight, as you probably would expect. There's the Алтынорду captain coming back into the starting lineup. Enis Destan, having missed the quarter-final through injury. Spartak played just 24 hours ago, so not surprisingly making the maximum number of changes available to their coach, Veskovic Vyacheslav. Алтынорdu shows 7 changes to the side, which lost to Aspire. Rahimi Kaya, Ravil Tagia, Yigit Cheltic and Sapai Chagla are the only 4 remaining players from that starting lineup, as Ilka Shevin offers to give his squad players a little bit of a run out in this match. Spartak impressed us in their opening game, despite losing to Real Madrid. Solid performance against Suwon Samsung, but met their match against AS Roma. Alexei Davydov is their captain tonight. Referee comes from Australia, Kate Jasovic. Lee Sul-ji and Meiko Hagio from Korea and Japan, respectively, are the assistants. And Adina Alves Baptista from Brazil is the 4th official. Destan scored the only 2 goals that Алтынорду have scored so far. He was a big miss for them in that quarter-final. Eight changes to the Spartak Moscow lineup tonight. Again, the only 3 players that survived from yesterday: Pavel Boroskin, the goalkeeper, Nikolai Толстопятов and Ilya Levchenko are the 3 players. We saw the 2 Shitov twins come on in every game. I think Vlad Shitov wearing 21 and Vitali wearing number 8. They get a start today. Rabbadanov and Žiharcев also coming in. There is Vyacheslav, the coach. And he'll be hoping his side can go out with a victory, as will Ilka Shevin. So the 2 losing sides will play each other. Real Madrid beat Etoile 3-0 earlier on, so the winners will play Real Madrid in the battle for 5th and 6th, while the losers will play for 7th and 8th place on Thursday. Not where these 2 teams wanted to be. 2 of the new teams, 2 of 5 new teams we had in the Kass International Cup this year. And it's Spartak Moscow, all in white with a red band across the chest, kicking from right to left in the first half, that will get us underway. Obviously, both teams have a strong bench tonight, having left plenty of players out of their starting lineups. But it's a chance for those players who haven't really featured too much to impress the coach. Early touch for Rabbadanov. Ball bouncing through. Glойдман, who came off the bench in the quarter-final to drop in at centre-back, has started there tonight alongside Толстопятов. Ball in towards Chagla. Chris Makins join me for this one.
Chance to catch my breath there, Matt. Just run up from the studios there, just interviewing Felix Sanchez, the Qatar manager. Very interesting comments.
Yeah, nice to get thoughts, isn't it? Sort of a couple of weeks on from that Asia Cup win. Had time to reflect and
unbelievable,
just look back on what was a fantastic tournament in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, and especially his thoughts on Aspire Academy in this tournament as well, which he took part in as well, back in 2014.
Алтынорду, very much a youth-based club, so it's their aim to try and have a whole team full of homegrown players by the start of next season.
Very interesting, that, isn't it? Hopefully they can achieve it. Obviously win games as they go along as well.
Vlad Shitov. Sаумов
Not really involved in high-scoring games, Алтынорду. Won the first game against Etoile 1-0, then a 1-1 draw with Bayern, and not beaten the last game, obviously, by a goal to nil. So don't concede many, don't score many either.
Well, the man who has scored 2 goals, they'll be pleased to get him back tonight, wearing the captain's armband, Enis Destan.
Well, obviously, when you look at his build, he's certainly going to be an aerial threat. Whether they can get forward and get the crosses in, that's another matter.
Celtic's ball cross-field. Doyeran, the man that was sent off in the final group game, so couldn't feature in the quarter-final.
They started well, haven't they? They've pushed Spartak Moscow back. They're keeping possession, going from side to side, trying to get forward in this little passage of play here.
Yeah, they'll feel they have the short end of the stick, won't they, Алтынорду, because they played their final group game and then they had to play the quarter-final the day after, which was not ideal.
No,
he lost Doyeran sent off as well.
Yeah, it was a bit of a killer, wasn't it?
Levchenko. Nice little give and go with Žiharcев. Back to Yildiz. Substitute goalkeeper in today as well. First time we've seen him. It's been a mere kept goal in the previous 3 matches. Duyol with the throw. Good running here from Destan. He's still got possession. Suguchak. Destan. Too many white shirts between him and goal. Suguchak will try and win it back, though. It's good defending. Žiharcев. Šitov.
Yeah, the teams come over here, Mark, you know, they want to get as much experience of playing against different teams. But here we go, there's a shot coming in, not a bad effort.
Oh, good save. Borishkin had to get a hand on that.
If I'm correct, if they lose this game, Алтынорду, do they play Etoile in the next game? Who they played in the first game, so that'll be probably a disappointing aspect. So they need to make sure that they get a win.
Well, they've started in promising fashion. Borishkin taking no chances with that angled shot. Oh, that's a great chance. It was over Destan, but Tagia forward, volleys it over the top.
Oh, he's got to score. Oh, he's got to score. He's 2 yards out. Fabulous chance for Алтынорdu. Mind you, Spartak win, and they play Real Madrid, which would be a repeat of their first game.
That's right. Free kick to Spartak, foul on Rabbadanov. Away by Толстопятов. Tagia, and who had that chance a moment or so ago. Guni. Destan. Very good player on the ball, Destan. Out to Doyeran. Tried to thread it down that line. Davıdov, the captain, was there with the interception. Now a chance. Uzun. Suguchak. Oh, poor touch, gives the ball away. Going back by Duyol.
Tricky conditions today, wasn't it, Mark? Especially in the first game. Some wonderful football play. Really strong wind over on this pitch. Always seems to be a strong wind on this pitch.
It's just a little bit more open, as we've said a couple of times.
Real Madrid were very, very dominant, weren't they? Type of performance we come to expect from Real Madrid. That's better.
3-0.
Yeah.
Good ball plucked out the air by Yildiz.
Good run by Destan. He stayed on side as well. Just needs a little bit of support.
Through the legs of Gloydman. Oh, he's done well, Destan. Free kick. Fouled on Saumov.
It's all about the direction of the ball. He wins the ball cleanly there.
It's not a foul. Can't tackle these days.
No. Just getting that way, isn't it? Rapidly.
Good article in the daily newspaper we get today on Алтынорду and their philosophy and their coaching and their whole vocational school, as they prefer to call it, rather than academy.
Yeah, you said it right from the day one, what entails being a young player at Алтынорdu and their academy, and it's quite a fresh outlook, isn't it?
Yeah.
A bit different to everybody else's. I think they definitely took, I mean, they haven't done it on purpose, but they took the roots of Crew Alexander, where, you know, they're going to, like you said, they're going to try and produce a team full of young players.
Yeah.
Hopefully the idea will be to get promoted into the big league. Hopefully along the way they might be able to keep the club going by selling these players. And that's a route they've decided to take.
Well, the interesting part was their owner, who is into steel, that's his business, bought the club for 10 million US dollars, and he plows $2 million US dollars of his own money into the club every year to keep the academy going.
Wow.
Which is a pretty nice situation to be in, but you just wonder
how long's he going to do that for?
Exactly.
And then, you know, they do have to produce the players then, don't they?
But then again, if you could sell 1 or 2 players a year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Southampton did it.
Yeah.
They had that period where they were selling to Liverpool all the time.
Chelsea. Destan in on goal. It's a great chance. Destan! Good save again by Borishkin. Well, Destan's the danger man. You can see how much they missed him in the quarter-final. And Borishkin now has been forced into a couple of saves. Tagir fired over as well. It's been a really positive start from Алтынорду.
Yeah, he just burst through there, Destan. He's got the armband on tonight. He's leading the way. Showed great pace. Gets his shots off, and that's a wonderful save from Borishkin.
It's a great header, wasn't it, as well, in that Etoile game to seal the points with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, the goalkeeper came out and sold himself, but Destan kept his eye on the ball, nodding into an empty net. There he is again, nodding it back. And they get a shot on target here.
Chelsea. Good tackle by Sayfulin. Was really congested in midfield. Still the ball's not clear. Suguchak. Chelsea. Sayfulin once again. Now Rabbadanov. Levchenkov rather. Vlad Shitov. Duryol was just leaning into him and manages to eventually Алтынорду win the ball back.
Can't get going, can they, this opening 10 minutes? Spartak Moscow's an attacking force anyhow. Destan again. He's a handful tonight, isn't he?
Reshkovich Vyacheslav, the Spartak coach. Obviously side played yesterday, beaten by AS Roma, who probably just edging it as my tip at the moment to win this tournament. Rangers' firepower, though, of course, could leave them a serious contenders. Be interesting to see how Kashiwa Reysol cope with them tomorrow.
Difficult one to call, isn't it? Rangers with a standout performance and result from the quarter-final stage. AS Roma with a fantastic win over Spartak Moscow, playing here now. Kashiwa Reysol did a number on Real Madrid. You can't discount Kashiwa Reysol.
We were talking earlier on about the difference when they play Real Madrid. Real Madrid, who line those 4 or 5 players up in a line from the corners.
Oh, yeah.
Kashiwa Reysol were quite happy just to sit in the 6-yard box and wait for them to move, whereas in the earlier game, Etoile were just getting in amongst them and causing all sorts of problems. That's another good shot from distance from Vitaly Shitov, comfortably saved by Yildiz.
I think you're always going to expect that physical aspect coming from the North African countries, whether it be Algeria, Tunisia or Morocco. They all, you know, they're very, very physical players, aren't they? So he was always going to get involved in that unusual lineup from Real Madrid. And like you say, Kashiwa Reysol just come up with something totally different. Here we go. Here's a chance
again. It's Destan once again, takes a touch and finds the bottom corner, and he has quality. wearing the captain's armband tonight. Алтынорду, oh, it's offside.
Oh, no.
Flag's gone up for offside.
Why did he let it go on so long?
Well, once again, it's another late flag. Or was it offside? Let's have a look.
Why are they waiting for him to score? He's onside.
He's onside.
There's another wonderful goal being chalked off.
Well,
surely this goes to VAR.
Yeah, but VAR should be looking and saying that's not offside.
That's a goal. It's got to be awarded a goal. And that's a quick look. You don't need many looks at this.
No, she's going to the screen. It's the goal.
Yeah.
Right decision. Destan has the opening goal. Алтынорду have scored 3. Destan has scored 3. And VAR that denied Şentürk what we thought was a really good goal in that opening game.
Yeah.
Has now got its own back, really, for Алтынорdu.
He's deserved it. Destan's been absolutely on top form in the opening 12 minutes, and that goal just caps off that performance. Well, he's timed his run to perfection, hasn't he?
I wonder what the assistant referee thinks on this near side, who put a flag up. Now, normally there'd be no VAR, the goal would be disallowed.
Exactly,
we'd be sitting here dissecting it, going, well, that's a goal.
And, you know, I mean, you're taking away a wonderful goal, a cool finish there by Destan. But why is it going on so far? It's like the ball's in the back of the net and then they ball for offside. Surely,
another great ball over the top.
Surely when he has a touch, you give the offside straight away, don't you?
We're supposed to. We saw one in the Real Madrid game earlier on. And we were looking at the linesman who didn't put the flag up until the ball had come off the goalkeeper and gone behind for a goal for a corner.
And it's been a feature of this. It's been a feature of this tournament. I think it might have changed then the rule.
Very strange. We need to look it up. We'll do that.
Oh, that's somebody. That's them.
I don't think they'll tell you. They're not very forthcoming with information, to be honest.
No.
Especially where we're concerned. You know, I often wish that referees would come out after games and just give their reasons for certain decisions. And because, look, at the end of the day, you have to appreciate referees are human. And this is why VAR has been brought in to assist them. Yeah. If they come in and say, sometimes they might come in and say, look, OK, I made a mistake. But then, of course, you can't go back and change time. It could cost 3 points in the race for the title.
Everyone can say I've made a mistake. We get that and we'd appreciate it. But you know, if it's an honest mistake, and then you go through why you made the mistake and give your honest opinion, we'd appreciate more. I mean, the last couple of nights in the studio, we've had 2 Qatar managers interviewed. I'll just watch this go on here. Sorry, Matt.
It's Levchenko, Shitov.
We've just interviewed 2 Qatar managers that took the time out of their own time to come into the studio. We asked to do one of the referees or the assistants the other day, and you've got to go through the old shenanigans of getting them into the studio. It's just, let's come in, have a word with us. Yeah. We want 10 minutes of your time just to clear up 1 or 2 things. I think we'd appreciate a lot more, wouldn't we?
I think so. We're
not going to grill them all.
well, we might. It's quite interesting, though, with it being National Sports Day today. The FIFA president, Gianni Infantino, has been here today. Saw a picture of him with the Emir a little bit earlier on. So the FIFA president is here. Thought he might perhaps have popped along just to cast his eye over some of the referees.
If he was anywhere in this vicinity, Nicky Somerville would have grabbed him by the collar. And he would have been doing that half-time interview as well.
I think he's got some sort of radar. Some star radar, you know.
What happened the other night? Was it Budiev who plays for Kass was in the far stand, wasn't he? Mid-commentary, he set off.
He was in a restaurant in Aspire, I think.
And Nicholas Somerville, the roving reporter, was off like a shot.
He was. Now, it's been nice to get people into the studio and just give different perspectives on certain things as well. Yeah. There's a ball forward towards Žiharcев, away by Kaya.
No one's safe.
Levchenko, away by Doyeran. Chested off by Glойдман. It's Толстопятов.
There's some brave supporters in that far stand. It's freezing now, isn't it, Mark?
I'm sat here with a t-shirt on, so I'm not too bad. But certainly it's one of the smaller crowds that we've had during the tournament. Hopefully we'll get good crowds for the semi-finals tomorrow.
It's been good this tournament in terms of numbers this year. Certainly, right from the first day, the crowds have come in.
So it has been National Sports Day today, so there's been hundreds of people around this area, and Aspire Park just behind us from very early on this morning, playing football and cricket, and lots of different sports and activities going on. It really is a wonderful initiative every year.
Have you done your steps today?
I've done
for
about 11,000.
National Sport Day?
11,000 today.
I thought you'd do more on National Sport Day. I think your record's 13 and a half.
Left it a bit late this morning. I was going to do 2 laps this morning just to get in the swing of it.
Yeah. It was too busy, wasn't it? You couldn't make your way around the pass.
Couldn't get around. Well, nice to see all ages coming out as well.
Yeah. Do they have that? I know you do a lot of work in the Indian Super League. Do they have anything like that in India?
Not really. Probably,
Day?
No, they should have more. I mean, when you consider the amount of people that are in the country, you know, it must be a fantastic untapped resource, which I think, you know, the Hero Indian Super League has really seen the emergence of Indian players. Yeah. And they climbed to, what was it, 97 in the rankings, their highest ever position. They've dropped back outside the top 100 now, but again, you know, they've big dreams in the future.
Yeah, they had a great start in the Asian Cup. They won the first game, was it 4-1?
Yeah, beat Thailand, but couldn't back it up against the UAE, who were a big side. But the Bahrain game was the killer game as far as India were concerned. A last-minute penalty costing them a place in the knockout stages. And ultimately cost the coach as well, who resigned after the tournament, Stephen Constantine.
Oh, right.
So, yeah, looking for a new coach now. Got the AFC Under-23 Championships coming up as well, which they've just named a provisional squad for. So that's a big one in terms of development for the younger players.
Looking dangerous tonight, Алтынорду, and Destan's more or less playing up front on his own, but he's getting plenty of support and he's making those runs and he's getting the ball slid in behind. Spartak Moscow, as I said before, yet to get going.
The most successful club in Russia, Spartak Moscow, 10 Russian championships, founded back in 1922.
There we go, that's better.
Shitov going forward again, Duriel with the clearance. Good cross, good punch by Yildiz. Oh, goalkeeper got a save on it as well. A gunny hook hacks the ball clear. Spartak keeping the pressure on.
I thought he made a good contact, the goalkeeper then, but he didn't punch it as far as I thought he first had. And that was a fabulous chance for Spartak Moscow. Oh.
The referee's pulled it back for the foul.
Here's the chance.
Great punch by the goalkeeper, but managed to redeem himself, saved it with his leg as well. Shitov, Levchenkov on the chase. A yellow card for the Spartak number 13, so into the book.
It's the opposite to what I was saying about Алтынорду before, where they're not excuse me, really involved in high-scoring games. Spartak Moscow conceded 3 against Real, scored 3 against Suwon, then conceded 3 against Roma. They're 1-0 down here. So it's either going to stay 1-0 or they're going to get beat 3-0 or win 4-3.
There's another look at that chance a moment ago. Goalkeeper did really well to get back because he was well out of position.
Good reaction.
Saved it with his legs. As mentioned earlier on in the tournament, the Spartak Stadium, which was used in the World Cup, it's one of the only stadiums I think I've been to where there's a bronze statue behind the goal of the 4 Starasin brothers, who were the founder members of Spartak Moscow. Great deal of history attached already. Yeah. So sort of a long bench with the four brothers, two of them standing, two of them sitting on the bench, made out of bronze. It's a fantastic statue. Well read by Tagia. Had that chance early on where he put the ball over the bar from close range, but no problems back on defensive duty.
Normally have a host of Galatasaray shirts in that far stand, don't we? Watching Алтынорду.
Destan. Away by Glойдман. Funny enough, I saw them here for the first match earlier on, so maybe they got their timings wrong. Not too many around at the moment, though. Those familiar yellow and red stripes. Corner to Алтынорду, who lead by a goal to nil. It's halfway through the first half. It's another one which finds a blue shirt in the area, possibly Kaya with the header that time.
Yeah, well, never came to him late. He saw it late, didn't see it, went over a host of heads there. Couldn't react to the late sighting of the ball.
Second place in the Russian Youth League at the moment, Spartak. Another foul and another yellow card.
I thought he was going to go the other way. See,
it's Rabbadanov that's gone into the book. Oh yeah, it's just gone over the top.
Has he? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Very naughty.
Yeah, well spotted by the referee. So second yellow card of the first half.
Yeah, that could have easily broken his ankle.
So earlier on, it was unusual, the quarter-finals. All the losing sides, the four losing sides, all failed to score in the quarter-finals. It's unusual fact.
You'd expect a lot more closer games, wouldn't you, at that stage?
Yeah. It's certainly interesting.
I think the closest quarter-final was involved Алтынорду against Aspire Academy.
Yeah.
It was a real battle.
Yeah, the goal came early, didn't it? And Алтынорdu gave a real good
second
go.
half.
I'd like to have seen him with Destan, because I think he could have been the difference in that game for them.
I'd like to have seen him with 24 hours more rest.
Yeah. I notice your top 5 goals included just one from the quarter-finals, the Nathan Youngcomb's second, where he chipped it over the keeper.
And there were 7 goals in that game. We had quite a fair number of goals in the quarter-final stage. But
another yellow card for, sorry, Aaron Akguni.
Yeah. Only that one made it through, really.
Yeah. Again, we said earlier on, you know, we had a couple of free kicks for Real Madrid outside the box. We've not seen any stunning free kicks in this competition as yet, but plenty of time.
Some big games tomorrow. Fabulous day ahead of us.
Well, still another 6 games to come, of course. Semi-finals tomorrow. Rangers Kashiwa Reysol and Aspire Academy against AS Roma. And on Thursday, it'll be the 2 winners of today's matches, the 2 losers playing each other for 5th and 6th, 7th and 8th. And then the 3rd place playoff and the final on Friday evening. Sayfulin. Rabbadanov. Glойдман.
Yeah, it'll be a different atmosphere come Friday night for the final, won't it, Matt, where this is stanza pat.
Yep.
The VIPs are here.
Chagla He's in on goal. He's got Destan with him. He was unselfish. Gloidman put the ball away, plays it back to Aguni, and he can't get the shot on target. What a chance for Алтынорду to go 2-0 up.
Destan's just waiting for that ball to be slid along the ground to him. Once again, Алтынорду breaking through this Spartak Moscow defence. Look at Destan's movement. Just slide it into me. I thought he was going to clip it up back to Destan, but he pulls it back and the shot just goes wide. Spartak Moscow's defence is a little bit ropey tonight.
Vashkovic via Cheslav there, just with a few words for his players.
Wow.
On by Destan, lovely ball, Doyeran. Important interception by Gloidman.
There's some great football being produced by Алтынорду tonight. Really impressive. Real Madrid were dominant in the earlier game, and Алтынорdu are in this one.
Their slogan, good person, good citizen, good player, which resonates throughout the club. Tug back on Ravadanov. Might be fortunate to escape without a yellow card here, Uzun. He has escaped without a yellow card. Levchenko over the free kick. Sapulov. Žiharcев. Good ball in, goalkeeper got just enough on it to take it away from Vitaly Shitov. Levchenko. Sаумов. Rabbadanov. And a few fouls in this first half.
Silly fouls to give away there. He's out wide, he's going nowhere. Just hold him up, don't give him any encouragement to Spartak Moscow. Look at the coach there. Show him away from goals, stay on your feet. Now Spartak Moscow have the chance to put a free cross into the box.
Rabbadanov, who was booked earlier on with the free kick.
Well,
goes to everybody, took a deflection, goes for the corner. Goalkeeper was nowhere, and that agonisingly bounces wide for Spartak.
From right here, they get bodies across the eye line of the goalkeeper. He's stranded. So unlucky for it to go past the far post there, Spartak Moscow.
Rabbadanov. Ball down on the edge of the box, and this is a chance for Spartak. It's a clumsy challenge from Tagir. There's the one a moment ago that bounced all the way across.
How does that stay out?
You said all along about the importance of those in-swinging deliveries. How often do you see those bounce straight in? There's the foul on Rabbadanov. Rabbadanov and Levchenko poised over the ball.
Oh, you said we haven't had a good free kick. Is it? There's the time now to step up and give us one.
Sayfulin on the end of the wall. He'll just try and ease the end player out the way to make a bit of space. Referee will be keeping a close eye. Everybody back behind the ball. Borishkin, the Spartak goalkeepers, in the centre circle in the Алтынорду half of the field. And Rabbadanov straight into the wall. Cleared away as far as Толстопятов. Žihарцев almost threaded through to Sayfulin. Destan's offside, so he won't make a challenge for it. Lovely ball across. Here's a chance. Oh, flashes across the face of goal from Chagla.
Great touch by Chagla. Great ball and vision from Destan. There's a free kick earlier. There we go. Good first touch. Sets him up for the shot. Just drags it wide.
Long ball from Levchenkov. Zhikhartsev on the chase. Well defended to Gear. Doyeran. Uzun. Celtic. Gives the ball away to Vlad Shitov. This is his brother Vitali. They've won the corner. Referee just wants Suguchak back a little bit further. Another chance for Spartak, enjoying a good spell of pressure at the moment. Came off Chagla. Akune. Good free kick.
From Алтынорду again in the build-up. Really are when they're in the mood, they're passing it quick tonight, and the movement's good. Seems to have that understanding.
Suguchak. Celtic.
This is great.
Suguchak. Just tried to go around Sаумов.
He's just eased out of play there, wasn't he?
I thought the referee might have thought about bringing that back for the foul on Celtic. Certainly seemed to be taken out as he played that ball back to Suguchak. Suguchak. Celtic. Touch was a little bit short. Vitali Shitov. Given away again though at Guni. Destan. Levchenkov. Destan wins it back again. Nice and reverse ball into Celtic. He's all on his own. Waiting for some support. Went for the curler. Pushed away by Borishkin. Davydov will tidy up but gives the ball away to Doyeran. Destan's gone down injured. And the ball goes out of play and he'll get some treatment, but they won't want to lose Destan in the first half.
Well, there's nothing on for Celtic in the build-up. There we go. He just cuts back on his favourite left foot. Fantastic effort. Good save. Easy enough save, really. Once again, it's Алтынорду asking all the questions tonight. There we go. He's just setting off for the far post there, trying to bring it in. Goalkeeper gets a good read on it early on.
He's made a couple of important saves, Borishkin, in this first half. Fortunately for Spartak, nobody following, and Chagla was the closest man to it. Well, they lost their opening game to Real Madrid, but Golyatov's 2 goals made the Spanish sweat a little bit. 3-1 win over Suwon Samsung. Mutaliev, who we touted as being one of the best players in the tournament, got his goal in that one. Golyatov again, and Grigoriev with the 3rd. High hanging corner. Header from Kaya. Good shout by Borishkin though to gather. Foul by Celtic, one of the smallest men on the pitch, challenging Rabbadanov. Good work rate about Алтынорду though tonight.
very good performance so far.
Glойdmан. Žiharcев. Levchenko on the chase, but Duryol gets there first. Came off Celtic's shins, but he'll still find it Gune.
Destan just receiving a bit of treatment down low on the sidelines. Hopefully it'll be okay to carry on.
Yeah, it looks like it's the right arm that's the problem. May just have injured the wrist perhaps as he fell. Sayfulin. There's going to be another yellow card for Uzun this time. I think the referee just got a notebook out to check that she hadn't already booked the same player there. That yellow card?
No.
Just a mistimed tackle.
It looks really bad, doesn't it, when you watch the replays, but they slow down so much. And you see, they're all the same fouls, aren't they? It's when someone steps on somebody.
Yes.
So...
Well, Destan's back on. He's gone straight into a defensive role to try and help defend this free kick. He's swung in by Rabbadanov. Алтынорdu holding the line just on the edge of the penalty area. Now they'll just drop back. Whipped in with pace. Body's falling all over the place, and a free kick goes against Spartak.
I mean, once another player steps on the opposition player's toes, you know, they're going down and they seem in a lot of pain. Did you go on the sport shot like it? I asked you to. Did you have a look at these studs? They are
the boots are made of like,
aren't they?
Paper mache, aren't they, the boots these days?
They are, but underneath the studs, razor sharp, aren't they? Like I say, that's doing the damage because there's no protection, is there?
No. I don't think anybody had heard of a broken metatarsal until the new style boots came in, had they?
Beckham did it.
Yeah. And then it seemed to be everywhere. But they are very flimsy, the football boots these days.
Yeah.
Go back to the days of those Craig Johnston kangaroo skin boots.
Yeah.
Remember those when he came over from Australia? Hopping around all over the place in that.
They were soft leather. Kangaroo skin, gorgeous.
Yeah, very plastic these days, the football boots. Not cheap either. If you've got a son or daughter that wants to be like their favourite star, it's going to set you back a few quid.
I don't want a pair of studs, a pair of moulds. That's two pairs straight away. Yeah. Yeah. The top boots now about £200.
Yeah, the proper pro ones, yeah. Celtic almost wins it back off Levchenkov.
That was good pressure out the pitch as well.
Rabbadanov. Lovely ball down the line looking for Žiharcев, cut out by Tagia.
He's done well tonight, and he stood out at the back for Алтынорду. Some wonderful defending. Then he brings out defence as well.
Sаумов. Shitov taking a tumble. Good ball. Destan, what a lovely ball that is. He's in behind Glойдман. Destan keepers off his line. What a chance.
We saw that effort in the first game, didn't it, with the volley. That glanced off the top of that crossbar. It's an unlucky crossbar tonight there. What an effort from Destan.
Well, that's one of the best balls. I don't think it was intentional for Destan, but he went for the chip with the goalkeeper off his line, and he's come off the top of the crossbar. What a goal that would have been. That would have been in your top five.
Yeah, definitely. Wonderful effort. Crossbar keeping out Destan, and who was in the early again that had the volley? Let me have a little look. Kaptani. Is it Kaptani?
Yeah. Shitov. Well off target, nearer the corner flag than it was the goal.
He's looked fabulous, Destan. There's his goal. That was a fine finish. Look at the top player, isn't he, this evening?
He's certainly one of the standout performers in the Алтынорду team. He has been in all 3 games. He's scored all 3 of their goals. Could have had a 4th a moment ago as well. So they missed him against Aspire.
Love it. Quick play again. Quick passing from Алтынорdu.
Well done, Chelsea. Duyal. Uzun. Doyeran. At Gunning. Allowed to run by Destan, but through to Borishkin. A couple of minutes to go to half-time. That goal from Enes Destan is the separating factor between the 2 teams at the moment, but they've had chances. Tagir had a good chance. Destan's hit the top of the bar. Boriskin's made a couple of good saves. Celtic looking for Destan. Толстопятов just got the ball back to Glойдман. Sаумов. Shitov.
Oh, yes. Good tackle, good sound to it as well.
Solid challenge by Uzun.
Oh, that was late.
Well, Atguni could be in trouble. He was booked earlier on. It'll be a red card for Atguni.
The referee doesn't realise. Was he
Sure,
booked?
she booked him early on. Well, she's just checking now. She did book him. She did give him a yellow card earlier on.
You're right,
He
Mark.
thought he might have got away with that, but Atguni's going to be sent off before half-time. So it's a red card. So another sending off. Doyeran was sent off in the final group game. And now they've had their central midfielder, Eren Atguni, sent off for a heavy challenge. He's claiming his innocence.
What's he doing there?
It's a late challenge. Why dive in when you're on a yellow card?
Yeah, you're
asking for trouble.
You're dominating the match. You're well in control. You've been booked. Why slide in? Why go to ground and take the risk? You know, they're near the halfway line.
Funny enough, I was just literally about to say before that the 2 central midfielders are both on yellow cards, Uzun and Atguni, and then Atguni goes and does that.
Just before half-time as well.
Picked away by Doyeran. He was the man sent off in the game against Bayern Munich. Sent off in the 90th minute as well for a 2nd yellow card. Missed the quarter-final. Good ball across, good header as well by Seguchak. 2 minutes added time at the end of the first half. Алтынорdu will just want to get through to the break now. Another good footing by Seguchak. Ravadanov. Levchenko. Little chip over the top looking for lad Shitov. Gathered though by Yildiz. Spartak will feel they've got a chance now in the second half.
Yeah.
But again, you know, 10 men can often raise the game.
They've been at it tonight, haven't they, Алтынорdu? So it's still going to be... They're going to be tough to break down in the second half, but I'm sure the coach will just want to get the Spartak players in at half-time and tell them how it's going to work out in the... or how they're going to approach this game in the second half.
Толстопятов. Plenty of movement up ahead of him. Shitov again is the intended target. Tagir's header. Žiharcев. Celtic. Nice skills, did well. Found a little bit of space for himself as well. Pursued by Sayfulin. Doyeran. Chagla. Doyeran. Good pace. Couldn't quite fit it back out to Chagla on that far side. It goes out off Davıdov.
Still looking good, aren't they? Even going down to 10 men, Алтынорду at the moment.
Shagler. This should enable them to keep possession until half-time. Indeed it does, as the whistle goes for half-time. It was an eventful first half. Both sides obviously looking to make up for the quarter-final defeat. Spartak just 24 hours ago. Алтынорdu came out in positive fashion.